Pros, save more on what you need to get the job done right. Right now at Lowe's. Get 15% off select custom entry and interior doors. Plus, save $80 on the DeWalt 20-volt Max 2-tool combo kit. Now just $169. And at the Lowe's Pro Desk, bring us your materials list and get a quote in minutes. Handwritten, a photo, or even a sticky note is all you need. Keep your jobs moving faster and on budget at Lowe's. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Private Pilates Goddess podcast, where we are still digging into the reformer. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'll also kind of add a link here in the group, but I have a private Facebook group set up now that is for clients. For Pilates teachers who are clients of mine. And you're a client of mine if you subscribe to this podcast. You are a client of mine if you've ever trained with me, bought any of my products, did a session with me, anything like that. The conversations we're going to have in that group are going to be a little more elevated and a little deeper than the ones that I have already in Pilates Teacher Mastermind. And I would love to see you guys there. All right. So we are now on episode 7. We have gotten through rowing. And, you know, I know there was a lot going on in the last episode. So, you know, really, even if you know the system and you think you know the whole thing, start at the first episode here and kind of go through each one, because I think it will be super helpful for you. But let's now go into some more of the reformer. Now, obviously, we are not going to be going through the full reformer, because that's just a lot in one episode. But we are going to go through quite a few of these episodes. I hope that you guys will just kind of stay with me, and we will go through these kind of as, you know, slowly as we need to until we get through the whole thing. So, and when we're done with reformer, I'm going to start another piece of apparatus, and I will probably be asking you which one you want me to do next, but we'll address that when it happens. All right, so the next exercise that we're adding in this kind of high intermediate is the Arabesque. Now we start to see a little more here in terms of single arm, single leg situations. The Arabesque, we're just going to start with a beginning Arabesque. Now, since people are in elephant, they're already there. What I will usually do, this is how I introduce it, is I'll say just stay on the flat feet where you are, and we're going to take one leg out to the outside of the shoulder block, back behind our bodies. We're going to lift it up, keep even weight in the arms, try not to skew the hips. And then we're going to do like a single leg elephant or Arabesque, do it 3 to 5 times, and then do the other leg. There are more Arabesques coming. There are 3 of these, but I find that this is, in my career, the easiest way to start introducing the concept of that single leg Arabesque, or what I then call a single leg elephant. I'm not looking here for the skewing of hips. I'm not looking here for the tallest leg. I'm simply looking for even weight in the arms, standing on the one leg, reaching one leg back, moving the carriage. All right. again, we start to see this single leg situation now kind of popping up in different places. We have upside down push-ups on the chair with one leg. As we progress in Pilates, there's a lot of single leg situations, and we know that we can do single leg footwork. There's single leg knee stretches. There's all kinds of stuff. It starts here with the Arabesque. Okay. Just get people into it, get them figuring out that position. And it will be helpful for their strength and stability moving forward. Then we're also adding in the long back stretch. Now, the long back stretch feels like it should be a really complex exercise, but in reality, it's not too crazy. So as you know, for long back stretch, I always start people, this is not necessarily the classic way, but this is a comfortable way. All right. I let my people sit on the foot bar. Okay. Not everybody does that. Now, in the official version, say you're standing next to the reformer, to the right-hand side of the reformer, facing the back of the reformer. Okay, you're going to take your left hand, you're going to bring it to the left side of the foot bar. You are then going to take your left leg and you're going to bring it to the left shoulder block. Then you're going to bring your right leg to the right shoulder block. Or sorry, you're going to bring your right hand to the bar and then your right leg to the shoulder block. And once you're there, then you start the movement. Now, that's can be hard to get into. I allow people to sit on the foot bar, bring their hands next to them, and then reach their heels to the shoulder blocks. So pick your poison, okay? But the second way that I think people can really stand to kind of warm up in this position is by doing some tricep dips just off the foot bar. So in this case, say you're sitting on the foot bar, but you're facing away from the reformer. Okay, hands are next to your hips, palms facing backwards. You walk your feet out a little bit. You lift your hips up off that foot bar. You straighten those arms. And then with the hips slightly in front of the foot bar, you're bending your elbows. Elbows are bending back 90 degrees, going straight back. And then you're standing right back up, extending through the back of the arms. So you do that maybe 5 times. Then you bring them back up to the reformer. And now we're adding spine movement to this, right? So they go into the dip. You tuck the hips, you push with the arms and the legs and the booty and the core, and you bring everything forward. You lift up, straightening the arms, and you pull the carriage back from your back and the back of your shoulders, and you do it again. And then there's a reverse, arms stay straight. You push out, you hold, you dip down, you come back into a good 90-90 with the shoulder and elbow, and then you hold that carriage in as you straighten the elbows and press yourself up. My gym people love it because it's like that dip with the hold and the body and the full body situation. This is a great kind of integration exercise of front and back body, along with arms, legs, butt, abs, and everything else that we like to say we use in Pilates. I love it. Then that pad dances forward on the carriage for stomach massage and then goes all the way to the front edge of the carriage for tendon stretch. I love tendon stretch. You see tendon stretch everywhere. Now, getting back to long back stretch, there are versions of this tricep dip on the chair, okay? Both seated on top of the chair with feet on the pedal, as well as sitting on the floor with hands on the pedal. Now, there's also, you can do versions of the arms of the long back stretch with the rollback bar with the arm springs. You can do that standing. You can also do that on your knees. Okay, so this shows up. And that kind of strength of holding yourself up is really in the mat and leg pull back support. Okay, like there's a lot on the mat that harkens back to that long back stretch. Now, same thing for tendon stretch. This tendon stretch position, once again, if you're starting it from sitting on the bar, which most of my clients find safest, you're sitting on the bar with the hands next to your hips, palms facing back. You're holding the carriage in. Your feet are on the edge of the carriage, heels hanging off. And then you drop your head, push back a little through the arms and straighten your legs. From that position, your full body presses kind of down and forward from your legs out. This is 2 springs. It's also 2 springs for the long back stretch and the arabesque. And you're kind of sliding down, pushing the carriage forward. And then you go upside down again, dropping your head. The carriage comes right back in. Later on, we have some single leg versions of this situation that happen. Now, of course, you can also get on in a much more, in a much harder way with hands and foot and hand. But, I like to just give myself and my clients a break here and start sitting on the bar. That's me. This tendon stretch is so hard, but it's so useful. When I first started doing it, I kept feeling like I was just going to go flinging off the reformer, like it was going to slam me in so hard that I was going to go upside down and fling over, but I got over it. It's a scary position for many people. Understand that moving forward, be there for your client, be client facing, be holding things, maybe have a hand on them, like be there. This tendon stretch position does show up again in many other places, and most especially the chair, right? With your feet on the pedal and your hands at the front edge of the chair, coming up and down like this. It's a thing. Now, tendon stretch is a great exercise in keeping extended through the arms and the legs and the body as you are doing a lot of work through the back and the shoulders and the hips. Okay. It's like teaser, but in a different relationship to gravity. It again is just a fun exercise, and it's fun and it teaches your clients new skills. Now, obviously, if you've got clients with vertigo, high blood pressure, glaucoma, they don't need to be going upside down like that. But those probably aren't people you're considering tendon stretch with. Anyway, then they do short spine. And then I think I'm going to end on semicircle. I am, because then we kind of move into the kneeling stuff. So, oh, my friends, I love semicircle so much. And you can do actually standing upright version of semicircle on the Cadillac, just on the open end with your hands on the bars. You can also do this on the guillotine, but not many people have a guillotine. I will often teach my some bridging series on the mat, where I do have people really think about reaching their knees forward past their toes. And I do that heels together, toes apart, as well as parallel. And I talk to people then about the semicircle. So again, we're still on 2 springs. Now the pad is off the edge of the carriage and it's on the foot bar. We start this exercise with the foot bar down. There's a few prerequisites your clients need for this exercise. They need to be able to straighten their arms overhead and hold that carriage. They need to be able to move their spines in pretty much a full range of motion, of flexion and hyperextension. They need to be able to flex and extend their hips and their knees and their ankles. So there's a lot happening here. All right. So with the toes on the bar, heels together, toes apart, you're laying your client down. You have them scooch down a little bit, hands go up to the shoulder blocks with palms like heel of hand on the shoulder block. You push the carriage back, sliding the body down, and you drop your hips into the well, literally, so you feel the springs on your butt next to you. From here, you drop you're in a bridge, okay? Your hips are high, your knees are forward, your arms are straight, your chest is kind of lifted. And then you're gonna hold the carriage here in as you roll down your spine. You drop your chest, you drop your ribs, you drop your tail, you hang your hips into your springs, into the springs. You feel them. And then you straighten your legs, you push the carriage back. There's a special blocker that we use on the reformers so you don't go too far back. You hold the carriage out, pressing into the block. You curl your hips back up, and then you bring the carriage all the way in, knees reaching forward. You do that like 3 or 4 times, and then you go the other way, holding the hips high as you press the carriage back, holding it back, dropping down, draping the hips down into the springs, folding it in as far as you can, and then slithering up, tailbone to knees, reaching the knees over the bar. As this advances, you put the bar up. You can, which just makes it a little bit harder because you're in a much bigger range of motion. This, once again, is such a fabulous exercise. I love it, and I teach it a fair amount. This is, pretty much a kind of healthy spine, healthy hip and knee exercise, but even with my arthritis, it really helps me to do it. There's so many pieces of things that are in it that if you work the kind of arms overhead situation and things like tower, and then you start to work, leg springs and all of that, you start to kind of build this strength for semicircle. It's really a beautiful exercise, and I wish actually more people felt comfortable teaching it. It's really not going to hurt people for the most, unless you're giving it to somebody who has a pre-existing injury who shouldn't be doing it. But there's, again, that might be your kind of hip and knee replacements, right? And maybe spine surgeries and osteoporosis. But other than that, pretty much everyone can go there. So I hope you found this helpful. Next episode, we are going to start with the chest expansion. We are going to go, I think we'll probably get through the end because there's not that much more. And then we'll start to go through the advanced. So as always, if you have any questions on this, leave them in the comments, shoot me an email, go into one of the Facebook groups, and let's discuss. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.